So if you need another quarterback and C.J. Stroud's not available, maybe Trevor Lawrence is. 51% available, makes our threshold by 1%. He's got the Titans, obviously a better matchup. And as we've often said with the Trevler, it doesn't have to be pretty, but he's getting fantasy points. Liam Cohen spoke on the progress, maybe
really?
the lack thereof of the Jags pass game.
Is it perfect? No. Are we lighting the world on fire every time we throw it? No, but it has improved. And I, as the play caller, as I mentioned, do have confidence in calling pass plays that we're going to find a completion. I thought Trevor went through his progressions well. Like the first drive of the second half, was 4 passes in a row, whatever it was, trying to get a little rhythm there. And you're not doing that unless you believe, right? You believe you're going to be able to move the football that way. So that is important for us as an offense, like as a team, especially to continue to be more explosive.
Liam Cohen looks a little more gaunt.
It's been a long year.
What, 9 months with Trevor Lawrence?
Didn't love the setup.
Yeah.
It looked a little bit like from a bunker where he's being held captive.
The Joker selfie video is kind of the first thing I thought of right away.
Yeah. It looked like Ryan Reynolds in Buried.
Yeah. Not happy.
Nevertheless, Trevor Lawrence is starting.
Trevor Lawrence is starting, and it has never been pretty. I agree, Liam Cohen and I agree on that. It has not been pretty, but he's been a top 12 fantasy quarterback 3 of the last 4 games, and then he gets Tennessee now, right? Since week 7, they're allowing the 5th most fantasy points to opposing quarterbacks. And so the Trevler going up against the Titans defense has allowed multiple touchdown passes in 4 of the last 5 games. Like, again, next week they play the Colts, but then they get the Jets at home. So, 2 out of the next 3 games, I think he's a usable streamer. After the Jets games, they're at Denver. So I don't know that you love that, but, I do think if you need somebody this week, hey, we don't know if Baker Mayfield's going to play. If you're in a deeper league and, we'll get to J.J. McCarthy. But whatever. Anyway, the Trevler, I think, could be potentially useful this week as a spot start against the Titans.
All right, we got a comment here. I paint for life.
Yeah.
The Trevler is the Hunter Henry of quarterbacks for waivers every week. That's pretty accurate. He's the closest thing we have to a Hunter Henry and a Tajay Spears.
Yeah, I agree. By the way, love the Bob Ross avatar there. It's a good one. And nice to see some new names popping up.
Yes, absolutely.
Exactly.
Speaking of the Joker, Connor, in The Dark Knight, Alfred tells a story about a jewel thief in the forest in Burma and how some people just want to see the world burn. Like it's Trevor Lawrence on a week-to-week basis. Let's just throw 3 picks. We'll throw 3 touchdowns. Let's just let everything burn. And 17 fantasy points will be at the end of it. He is the chaosler, chaos merchant.
Absolutely
but it is conducive to compiling counting stats.
Let's talk some deep league targets in case both these guys are not available in your leagues. Jameis Winston, we got to keep an eye on Jackson Dart's progress, of course. But Jameis does make the cut, especially if he starts even against a good New England defense.
Just worth noting, that is the Monday night game. So obviously you're going to need to know, hopefully, as we get closer to that, have a pivot in case we get closer.
I would think with the extra rest and week, you'll know what Dart's status is.
Yes,
I don't think it'll come right to warm-ups with a concussion. Tua against the Saints. Marcus Mariota, we think, right? Against Denver.
Yeah, I don't know that you want him against Denver. But, yes, it looks like Jaden Daniels is going to start practicing, but he's not going to play this. He's highly doubtful to play this week.
Have you revised up your 0% chance that he returns?
I think it's more Ronick if he plays. But I think, I may have been wrong on that. I think there is a chance he plays, even though I think they're going to lose to Denver. I think it's dumb. Cam Ward got some rushing last week as well. Jaguars allow the 6th most fantasy points to opposing running backs. Shedeur Sanders named the starter in Cleveland. He's going to get another start. This is against San Francisco. Yes, they looked good last night. We'll get to that in a minute. But I think that was more about Bryce Young's inefficiency than it was that the Niners defense is suddenly awesome. Sanders, we'll see. But, it's not a terrible matchup for his second start, given all the injuries to San Francisco. Last one I want to mention here, Connor, I just think people are curious. Max Brosmer potentially is going to start for the Minnesota Vikings. J.J. McCarthy had concussion-like symptoms and is now in the protocol. I think it's fair to wonder, given McCarthy's struggles, and they didn't really leave the game, is this a quote-unquote soft benching, or is it legitimate? I don't know. That's not our place to speculate.
Right.
But either way, because this is a question I asked some NFL people. Maybe we talked about it yesterday on the show. Is it worse for J.J. McCarthy to go on the road to play Seattle and just get his butt kicked, by Sam Darnold, the guy he replaced, or is it better for him to sit? Which is worse for his ego or better for his ego?
What if you get mediocre play from Max Brosmer. That's the worst outcome.
Yeah.
Because it's a tough matchup. Now, Cam Ward, I thought, played really good against Seattle, so maybe there is some hope there. But they need somebody that can distribute the ball to Jordan Addison and Justin Jefferson right now. And Max Brosmer is never going to wow you with physical gifts and tools, but he will run the offense like a point guard and get the ball to these guys.
Yeah, for people that didn't see him at Minnesota, undrafted free agent, but they like him there.
He had such a good summer because everything is between the ears with him. He's going to absorb the offense, and I'm not going to say they're going to do more with him, but I just think he'll be able to distribute the ball more on time and with more touch than McCarthy has, which has been, and hopefully cut down on the turnovers, which is sinking this offense.
I just think he's an interesting name. You're not playing him this week against Seattle, but
I stashed him in Dynasty.
Yeah, I do. I'm in Dynasty as well. I just think he's an interesting guy because there's a non-zero chance that he becomes the starting quarterback of a Kevin O'Connell coached offense where he gets to throw to Jefferson and Addison, and that's interesting in Superflex leagues.
Yes, it has value.
Minus 110 each side. Yes, no. J.J. McCarthy's the week 1 starter for the Vikings next year.
I'll take the no on the pick 'em.
Yeah.
I think they'll go get a vet to compete with him, and I just don't see it.
Yep. I understand rookie quarterbacks can be bad and they turn it around, but you're not usually this bad in this level of context.
And
is the issue.
The team is too ready to win.
Yeah,
that's the issue.
They're in a
they
weird.
Can't take their time.
They're misaligned.
Yeah.
Like good coaching staff, good roster. The offense has a franchise left tackle, a superstar wide receiver, a really good second wide receiver, a great play caller.
For all the jokes about Daniel Jones, if this team had Daniel Jones, they would be very much in contention for the division.
They wanted him back.
Yeah.
That's exactly right. And so it does seem like, we'll talk about this all offseason, but it does feel like you're heading towards an Anthony Richardson, Daniel Jones type situation in Minnesota where they will bring in a veteran of Daniel Jones's caliber, whoever's out there.
Did they trade for Mac Jones?
Yeah, did they? Right.
Something.
Jameis, baby.
That's the fun route.
Yeah.
That's the fun route.
That would be unbelievable.
Hey, it's Matthew Berry from NBCSports.com and RotoWorld.com, and I want to thank you so much for watching whatever it is you just watched, or if nothing else, being too lazy to click out of the autoplay after this video started, after whatever it is you actually wanted to watch finished. But now that you're here, I'd like to take a moment here to ask you respectfully now, okay? I'm asking you respectfully to subscribe to the NFL on NBC YouTube channel. You'll get the latest Roto-World fantasy news headlines, all sorts of great shows, including my own Fantasy Football Happy Hour. So go subscribe now. Again, I'm asking respectfully.